Hey guys, it's Rena. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a type of video that I never normally do. I mean, it's a review, but it's on a product that I don't really have a lot of thoughts on because I typically stick with one thing, or I feel like I don't know how to explain it. Like, no, I'm not an expert in it, so I feel like it's really hard for me to talk about it with you guys. So this is going to be a video about foundation. And I have gone through a couple different foundations in the last year. You know, I told you guys that I'm trying to transition to cruelty-free here and there. Like, most of what I use is cruelty-free with the exception of maybe my moisturizer. There's just a couple skincare items that I haven't been able to find like a suitable cheap dupe that is going to actually do the job. So, but most everything has been switched over. I was using the Maybelline what is it called, Matte and Poreless foundation for a long time, and I really love that foundation. It is great. If you don't care about cruelty-free or anything like that, that's totally fine, and that's a great option if you're looking for a good drugstore foundation. But I decided I wanted to switch over, and so I had started using the Wet n Wild Coverall, which I really enjoyed as well. The 815 shade was a little light for me, and I've always struggled with color matching, so I probably could have used the 815 and 816 mixed together and come up with like a really good match, but unfortunately when my tube ran out, I went to go buy more, and they are not selling it anymore. Everywhere I've gone has pretty much been discounted and like discontinued, basically half off, and my shades are always gone, so I wasn't able to get any. So I was on the hunt for a new foundation, and for a while I was just kind of using the scraps of what was left of the Wet n Wild and what was left of the Maybelline, and just kind of some days, most days, going without foundation. So finally, I decided to try something. I was making an order from Amazon, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to try the e.l.f. Flawless Finish foundation. I have tried some e.l.f. products, and I love their blushes. I've heard good things about their liquid lipsticks. Their powders and stuff like that are all pretty good, but I was really skeptical about foundation for some reason. I was just like, I don't know. But to get the foundations on Amazon Prime, you had to do them as an add-on, so I was waiting for the opportunity to have enough stuff in my cart to check out and add these. So, because these were not around in stores around me, so yeah, I had to order them online. But what I did was I asked a couple friends in a makeup group I'm in what shade they thought I'd be. I was kind of torn between porcelain and sand, and they recommended, most people said sand, but what I ended up doing was I got both. So this is the porcelain shade, and this is sand. You can see, you know, pretty, they're close, but sand is definitely darker. So I guess I'll just tell you guys about the packaging first. This is a very hefty, nice bottle for a drugstore foundation. It has a lot of weight. It has that frosted glass that looks very sleek on a vanity. It's very simple, just says e.l.f. on the front, and it has a black cap. Now, the cap comes off, and it's a pump, and I've never had a pump foundation, but now I see why it's all the rage. First of all, it's a lot more sanitary. Second of all, it's pretty easy to like gauge how much you're going to get. So like instead of pouring out a foundation on your hand, you have a pump. So once you kind of learn the magic amount, it's really easy to apply your foundation and get the right amount on your hand. Or spatula, palette, whatever you're using to put on your foundation. So packaging, 100% awesome. Price. I think I paid about $4.50 per bottle on Amazon. Sometimes there's sales and stuff like that at Target and Walgreens, CVS, wherever they have e.l.f. But I think the highest these have ever been are $6, which is still really not bad. And you can almost always find a sale on e.l.f. on their website. Sometimes they'll do free shipping. So not a big deal. $6 is a really good price for a drugstore foundation. So yeah. I am wearing it today, and like I said, what I do is I mix part porcelain to part sand. So what I do is I do about half a pump of sand and a whole pump of porcelain, and then I mix it together. I've been using a Q-tip. That does eat up some product, but however you would mix the foundation is just perfectly fine. Typically, I'll apply it with a beauty blender. Today, I used just the Real Techniques Expert's face brush or whatever to apply it. So I prefer applying it with a sponge, but with a brush it has the same beautiful like effect. I hope my camera's like picking it up well enough, but it really does look flawless, for lack of a better word, since it is called Flawless Finish. It works really well, especially with my finishing powder and my primer. So I'm glad I have like a good combination of products to make it like overall good effect. I think color matching wise, it's pretty close when I mix the two. Like I think I've said in a couple of videos, it's been really hard for me to match my face to my chest because my chest is a lot darker than my face is. And that's because I get a lot of sun right here, and also I was using SPF on my face but not on my chest and arms. So I had a bit of an uneven like tan between my face and my chest, and so foundation looked really funky. And I know it probably looks funky in videos too, so sorry about that, guys. But it was really hard for me to finally like come up with a combination that was going to work and match. So I think this works pretty well, especially when I wear like blush and things like that. It's a finished look. It all looks pretty seamless, and I think it's a good match. So I've been wearing this for the past couple days. I got it like 2 or 3 days ago now, probably 3. And I've worn it almost every day since. I don't think I wore makeup yesterday. Don't think so. So, oh yes I did. I totally did. And yeah, I did wear makeup. But anyway, it applies very beautifully. You don't need much, at least I don't. It's a pretty decent coverage foundation. I'd say at least medium coverage, but you can build it up to be full if you would like. But yeah, it applies very well with a dampened beauty blender type product because I use the Real Techniques or a Real Techniques brush, foundation brush, whatever you have. Either way works fine. I have not tried it with my fingers because I haven't been applying my foundation that way in a long time, but it works well over primer. It works well without primer because I did wear it once without it. I never look cakey, and I've worn this all day. I've worked to the gym. The only place it broke down on me at the gym was like my forehead where I sweat a lot, but the rest of my face looked fine, and I still looked like I just put, you know, makeup on. So this is a great foundation, especially for the price, and if you're looking for cruelty-free, like they've got you. It's oil-free, and it also has SPF 15, which is awesome because normally you have to get like a BB cream, you know, for it to have SPF. So this is great. So basically I'll just read you guys the back. It just says, apply generously 15 minutes before sun exposure. Reapply at least every 2 hours. That's not going to happen, not with the foundation. But it's good knowing that it has something there, you know, even if you're not going to reapply or touch up or anything. You know, SPF 15 isn't that much, but it's better than nothing, and I think it's cool that a foundation has it. So overall, this is a great foundation. It's one of my favorites that I've tried in a long time. I'd say it's a little bit thicker than like the matte and poreless, but it definitely doesn't feel too heavy. I have to say, the first day I wore it, I hadn't been wearing foundation in a while at that point, so keeping that in mind. But the first day I wore it, at the end of the day, I did kind of feel like I want to take my makeup off. And not like in a normal way. Like okay, like my face is kind of feeling a little itchy way, but it wasn't a big deal. Honestly, I haven't noticed it since. It's been wearing really well and very comfortably. I think it was just I hadn't worn like face makeup in a while, so it was me adjusting, you know. But overall, I think this is a great product for the price and just because it's just a great foundation. The bottle is nice. It feels a lot more expensive than it actually is. The formula is good. It's not too thin, not too thick, so it really applies nicely and has a good feel to it. So highly recommend if you're looking for something, or if you just want to try out an alternative. They have not the best shade range. Not great, so that's a downside. Obviously I had to mix, so that is what it is. I'm okay because of the price, but the fact that they don't have a lot of darker ones is an issue, and hopefully they'll fix it because it's a good formula, you know. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. I know it's something different for me because I rarely talk about foundation because I am not an expert by any means. So, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Yeah, that's it. Bye.